Greetings, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and you are watching the Sense of Wonder YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Take a walk with me in the library because I've got a book for you. And today's book is something some of you have probably been looking forward to for a while. I haven't worked on this project in a bit, but I've started working on it again, and I made some really good progress. It is the stained glass night, and we're going to solder up that lead. So stay tuned. Let's see how this goes, and I'm going to show you how something like this is done. Okay, so here is where we last left off. All the lead was placed, all the glass is placed. It's ready for soldering. That will, I guess you could say, solder it all together and weld it all together. And here, I'm not going to make you wait till the end of the video. Here is the finished product. All the joints on this side of the glass have been soldered, but I don't do it in this video, and I haven't done it yet, but I got to flip it over and do the other side too. But let's do this side. I'm going to show you what's entailed in doing this. So, a couple of things. Now, with a complicated piece like this, you might have a few spots like that one I showed you that's got a big gap. Well, a big gap is relative, I guess. But mostly there's another one right there between the orange. There's a few spots where the gap is a little too big. And you can rectify that situation by cutting a small piece of lead cane, like this. And then cutting it in half. And when we flip it over and solder the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to complete it. But we're making a little patch that goes in there. And we cut it in half like this, so it forms a T. And then we install it into that open section. I'll show you. There we go. See, you can see it right there between the dark and light blue. It's a little bit too big of a gap for soldering. And then we put a piece in there. And that's beautiful. That's a pretty standard technique. And there's this one too. Well, that one's not as pretty because of the angle. So there were several of those that I had to do. And there's actually a couple more that I had to do. But next is we use some stainless steel wool to scrape and clean all the lead. And I should have wore gloves. But and this will help with the soldering. And then we use a product called flux. And flux is very important when you're soldering. It enables it takes, I think, the oxides out. It enables for a really good solder joint. Makes it, everything will stick together proper and right, and it helps it melt, and it's just, you have to flux when you solder. But there you go, now I'm soldering. And I'll show you a few of them. Well, we're not going to show you all of them. I couldn't tell you how many there are. There's a lot of them. Took me quite a while to do this, but hey, you take your time, you try to do the best you can. But apply the flux, and then solder that joint. And I'll show you some of these joints. Now, I'm no expert on stained glass, and I kind of learned as I went, and I did a practice window, but that's a pretty good joint. It has a beautiful look to it. Like, you can see when a joint is really beautiful, it's just smooth. Like, that one's a nice smooth one. This next one I think is going to be nice and smooth too. But I had a few that are a little weak and a little clumpy, I guess you could say, so I will go over those and resolder them to try to clean it up as best I can to make it as beautiful as I possibly can make it. But there's another pretty good one. So I'll continue. We'll go at, I think this is like 500 speed. So you can see a few more. That's a nice one. That one's a nice one. That one's a nice one. And I think this next one doesn't come out too good. Watch, I went over them. Now that one's pretty nice too. So good solder joints. And in case you're wondering, that's a 60-40 solder. And that's a temperature controlled soldering pencil at 410 Celsius. I think Celsius. Yeah. So there we go. Let's get a closer look. Beautiful solder joint. Takes practice. But important part of it is when you swirl and pull away, it forms that beautiful bead. That's the one I was thinking of that isn't quite as good. That's maybe over this next one, but that's okay. So a lot more to do. I have to flip it over and do the other side. I might show you a little bit of that, but then there is coming up. There's a couple more steps, but coming up is painting that glass. That's going to be a big deal. So let's take a look at the finished side and soldered, and some of those joints I'm going to touch up. But I wanted to get this video out to you so you could see I'm making progress. I like it. I love the olive tree. Our knight is on a pilgrimage. He's praying, and he is in Spain. Beautiful. There's a story behind this stained glass window. If you're new to my channel, you might not know it. I'll leave a link. There's the finish. There's where we're at. I will leave a link to the story behind this stained glass window in the description of this video down below. Otherwise, here's a couple more videos you might want to watch.